Hi guys, it's Sheena from Teton Raptor Center and I'm here to give you all this week's patient update. So let's go ahead and get started. First up this week is Great Horned Owl 1228, and this bird came from Hoback, Wyoming after he was struck by a vehicle on the highway. He is a brand new bird and we still need to do a more comprehensive exam on him, but right now his x-rays are clear and we don't see any fractures. So right now we are treating this as a head trauma case and he is recovering in our ICU. This photo was taken shortly after he was rescued from the side of the road. You can see one of our staff members handling the bird and the other person is the one who called in the bird. Next up, we've got Rough-Legged Hawk 1224. So this bird came in right on Christmas Eve. Just a little reminder, we are here 365 days caring for these birds. So we even have staff come in on Christmas morning and make sure that these guys are all fed and medicated. So here is our Christmas Eve Rough-Legged Hawk. This bird came in from Farson, Wyoming after a gunshot. As a reminder, the shooting of raptors is not legal. And as a result, he now has a broken ulna. Luckily, the fracture is in a place where it won't require surgery. So we do have him in a wing wrap and he's recovering in our ICU. Next up this week, we've got Red-Tailed Hawk 1214. Here's some really cool shots of him hanging out in the ICU. This was just taken with a remote phone at the bottom of his enclosure. So really cool to see him in this environment, in this relaxed atmosphere. He is here due to a fractured coracoid as well as an emaciation case. He has been doing phenomenal since he came and has really made a big turnaround. That coracoid fracture still needs additional time to heal, and because he did come in so emaciated, he is still on supplemental oxygen, but he's doing really well so far. Next up, we've got Sharpshinned Hawk 1214, and this bird came from Ammon, Idaho after a house cat had gotten to him. One of the things that we call sharp-shinned hawks, just as a shorter way to say their name, is just calling them a Sharpie. So you might hear us refer to sharp-shinned hawks as Sharpies. And this small forest hawk came in after that cat attack from a coracoid and scapula fracture. He also had a small fracture in one of his toes, but he's recovering well. He's hanging out in the ICU, still on some pain medication, but he did finish his course of antibiotics since cat saliva is actually toxic to birds, and he did have some puncture wounds from the cat attack. One thing that you can do to easily prevent these kinds of incidents from happening is to keep your house cats indoors. It really does make a big difference, and house cats contribute to so many songbird deaths in the US. So that would just make a really big difference, and cats can have a wonderful and amazing, fulfilling life as indoor cats. Next, we've got Red-Tailed Hawk 1129, and this bird is currently hanging out in the PCU. He's still recovering from his left shoulder trauma. You can see that left wing is tucked in thanks to a body wrap, and the right wing can move freely on its own. You can see right now it's kind of extended. And the reason he's not in the ICU is because he is making very good choices, and so he gets to have all this additional space because he has chosen not to fly around and make his wing worse. He's also eating on his own, so we can have him in a bigger space and just put meds in his food. Last but not least this week is Merlin 11.8, and this falcon came in due to a gunshot wound that ended up breaking his left ulna. He has recovered so well. The ulna is completely healed, which we're really excited about. So he no longer is living in the ICU, no longer has a wing wrap. Instead, you can see him out here in one of our largest PCU enclosures. There's some beautiful trees painted in the background for him where he can fly around to his heart's content and get some physical therapy by opening his wings and flying around his enclosure. And so the next step here will be to just kind of keep that flight conditioning up and then live prey test him a few times to make sure that he's able to hunt successfully after having that fractured wing. And then once he proves he is a perfect flyer and a perfect hunter, he will be ready to go back out into the wild. All right, that's all we've got time for this week. I hope you enjoyed learning more about our birds. Remember that if you want to do your part to help keep wild birds wild, you can check out our website at tetonraptorcenter.org and make a donation. You can also click the link in the description below, and that will take you to our donate page. Bye!